So today we will talk about the National Family Health Survey Phase 2. Remember that the first phase was released by the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare in December 2020. So this was the Phase 2 and conducted in except the 22 states and union territories which was in Phase 1 and the remaining in the Phase 2. So firstly we will talk about National Family Health Survey and then we will talk about what are the data and improvements as shown through this National Family Health Survey and after that what are the main issues which emanate from this National Family Health Survey 5th Phase 2. So let's talk about. So firstly we will talk about the National Family Health Survey. Then remember that it is a large scale multimodal survey conducted in the representative sample of households throughout India. So it is a consistently large scale and multi-round survey. Why it is large scale? Because the more and more people participated, more than 7 lakh household in this phase 2 has been conducted. So remember this point. And it is a multi-round survey, means there are the many providation data, and phase 1 and phase 2 it is the multi-round survey and it is conducted throughout the India. So there is no exception. So remember that. So after the National Family Health Survey 4 shows the momentum towards achieving the, so it helps through data, through the sources, it actually helps that how we are moving towards achieving the sustainable development goal. So which is one of the objective. So remember that International Institute for Population Sciences is the nodal agency which is situated in Mumbai, India, designated as the nodal agency responsible for providing coordination and technical guidance for the National Family Health Survey. So remember that from India, International Institute for Population Sciences is the nodal agency. It can be asked. So remember that. If you talk about the first National Family Health Survey, then conducted in 1992, 1993, and second Family Health Survey in 1998 and 1999, and after that the third National Family Health Survey 2005 to 2006, and fourth National Family Health Survey in 2014 and 15. If we talk about the fifth National Family Health Survey, then it would be 2019-20, but due to the coronavirus, now 2021. But now it will take. So here you can see that here is the around the 5 years gap, and here you can look around the 10 years gap. But now the ministry had decided that it will be conducted in almost 3 years. So after every 3 years, this National Family Health Survey comes, which is helpful for the ministry to take adequate data from all the sources. That is the importance of the National Family Health Survey. So if you talk about what is the main importance of the National Family Health Survey, so remember that family consists of men, women and children. So it provides the data about the men, women, and not only what is the family planning, but about their health, what is the reproductive condition, and what is the age, and what are the main issues which is emanating from the family is the main issue, and it provides the data to all the ministry. And third, as I have told you, that it helps to achieve how we are moving to achieve the sustainable development goal is the importance of the National Family Health Survey. Now we will talk about the data and what are the improvements shown through this National Family Health Survey. I have told you brief about the National Family Health Survey. So now we will talk about the phase 2 conducted states and union territories and the data and improvement as shown by the National Family Health Survey 5 phase 2. If we talk about the phase 2 conducted states and union territories, then it was the Arunachal Pradesh, Chandigarh, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, National Capital Territory of Delhi, Odisha, Puducherry, Punjab, Rajasthan, Tamil Nadu, Uttar Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Haryana, and the Jharkhand is the conducted states under the National Family Health Survey 5 phase 2. If we talk about the most important about the National Family Health Survey 5 phase 2, if you talk about, now the sex ratio is in the favor of women. Firstly, what is the sex ratio? So remember that it is the number of female per 1000 men, and this is for the first time in Indian history ever that now the sex ratio is in the favor of women. So 1020 women per 1000 men. This is the first time for any National Family Health Survey or either of these census. So remember, this is the most important point of this survey and shown an improvement, which is the biggest improvement in Indian history. So this is first of all. So if you talk about the fertility rate, so remember that fertility rate is directly connected to the health of women and the education of women. So means how much quality education she is getting and how much health is the main concern. So if you talk about the National Family Health Survey 4, which is conducted in 2014 and 15, so that the national level 2.2 means per women they are producing 2.2 children according to the National Family Health Survey. But now this has been reduced to 2, means now there are the 2 children per women. So remember that. If you talk about at national level and in 14 states, so remember that 1.4 in Chandigarh, which is the lowest, and highest in UP 2.4. Remember that Bihar is not there. It might be confusing that highest is in UP. So remember that. If you talk about in urban, then the total fertility rate is 1.6. Obviously, because in the urban areas the growing the child is very costly. That's why fertility rate after the conducting the National Family Health Survey is is year by year reducing. So remember that. If you talk about the rural areas, then obviously it is stable 2.1. So according to this National Family Health Survey, so that 2 per women. So it actually done away with the myths of population explosion which is trying to create in this country. So this is very important point you need to remember at the national level. If you talk about the India overall achieved the replacement level fertility. What do you mean by the replacement level fertility? Means there should be a 2.1 children per women. So now India has achieved at the national level, because here is the 2 and now the 2.1. But in some state it didn't achieve, like the Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan and Jharkhand and UP. As I have told you, here is the more than 2.1 children per women. So this is the one of the most important data. So next, related to the National Family Health Survey 5, if you talk about the contraceptive use. If you talk about the contraceptive use, then it has been increased from the 54% to 67% at all India level. And remember that almost it is also increased in almost all state and union territories except the Punjab. So this is one of the significant improvement if you talk about. If you talk about the institutional deliveries, what do you mean by the institutional deliveries? Means when women are pregnant, they are getting enrolled in hospital or primary health care, or any type of institutional deliveries are taking place. If any such delivery is taking place either in the primary health care or any of the government recognized or the private recognized hospital, that known as the institutional delivery, which is a positive thing, that there is an improvement in institutional deliveries from the around this 29% to 87%. And remember that this 100% institutional delivery in Puducherry, which is the union territories, and state Tamil Nadu. So these are the very important. And if you talk about 90% plus in 7 state union territories in phase 2 and phase 3, which is very important, because it gives security not only to child but also to the women. That's why institutional delivery is very important. If you talk about increase in the antenatal care, what do you mean by the antenatal care? It actually a kind of checkup provides to the women, either they are growing in a growing manner, what is the requirement, or it is important for the child and women. So that's why this is also has been increased from the 51% to 58%, which is important. And remember that antenatal care must be 4 times at least during the pregnancy, and it can be more than 4. So this is very important. And increase in the C-section delivery. If you talk about, what do you mean by the cesarean section delivery? There are the normal delivery through the vagina. If there is that not happen, then there are the C-section delivery take place, and this is also has been improvement. So this is very important. If we talk about the immunization, as you know, Mission Indradhanush is the very important program running by the government against the disease, and known as the Mission Indradhanush, which is basically for the immunization. So now there is an increase from the 62% to 76% in 12 to 23 months of child. Remember that. And if you talk about 3 by 4, around this 25% of children has been immunized in 11 states out of 14 state and union territory, and there is a 90% immunization in Odisha. This is important. So next is the breastfeeding. What do you mean by the breastfeeding? When child is born, then there is a need of the breastfeeding provided by the women to child. So this is important, and it is very important at the initial stage of children, especially for the 6 month up to 21st month of the children. So this is very important. This is also has been increased from the 55% in 2014 to 15 and to 60. This is clearly depends on the health of women. That's why if women are more healthy, then they are she has the more capacity to breastfeeding. So this is also an improvement from the 55% to 64% in 2019, means the current survey under the 6 month of child. So this is very important data. So if you talk about the National Family Health Survey, then there are the two most important issues came out of this National Family Health Survey. The first is the anemia and second is the child nutrition. Basically is the two most important, and third one you can consider that underweight, but underweight included in the child nutrition. So these are the most important issues came out of this National Family Health Survey 5 phase 2. So if you talk about the anemia, then remember that what is anemia. If you talk about, then it is a lower than normal number of blood cell, or you can say the quantity of hemoglobin. So if there is a lack of hemoglobin in the body, then known as the anemia. So what is basically the hemoglobin? Hemoglobin is a kind of thing actually which gives oxygen and which helps to take oxygen and transport to the another body cell. So if this is the lacking, then this is causes the anemia. So this is directly related to the nutrition. So what causes the anemia? If there is any lack of iron, so obviously in the food, if there is any lack of iron, then this causes to anemia. Another is the lack of folic acid. And if you talk about the vitamin B112, so if there is any lack of the iron or folic acid, or you can say the vitamin B112, then this causes the anemia. So remember that in women pregnancy, so obviously there is a children, in children if you talk about the nutrition which causes the anemia. But if you talk about apart from the nutrition in women, there are the pregnancy, periods, blood disorder or cancer, inherited disorder and infectious disease which can also cause anemia in women. If you talk about the data, then in children, anemia from the 6 months to 59 months of children increased from the 2015 to 16 from 59% to 67%. If you talk about, this is the most important. If you talk about, more than half of the children and women including the pregnant women are anemic in the phase 2 states. If you talk about the 14 state and union territories. So this is very important. And in women in the 15 to 59 age, remember that 15 to 59 age, so there is also an increase from the 53% to 57%. So this is the condition of anemia. If you talk about in men in the same age, means the 15 to 59 age increased the 29% to 31. So this is the where areas, in the two areas obviously there is an improvement in child nutrition, but this is the areas where this is no improvement has took place either in the children, women and men. So this is one of the most important thing or issues you can say came out from the National Family Health Survey 5 phase 2. If you talk about in the phase 1, this is one of the most pressing issues. So another most important issue came out of this National Family Health Survey 5, if you talk about, is the child nutrition. Obviously there is a slight improvement in all the areas, but yes, there are the further more steps need to be taken. And one of the most pressing issues, as I have told you, is the anemia, and there is no improvement in anemia. So if you talk about the nutrition, if you talk about the child stunting, if you talk about, what do you mean by the child stunting? Mean low height for age, means there are the certain age, but according to that age there is not up to the level height. So this is what is known as the stunted. If you talk about the data in 2015-16, then there is a 38.4%, and in 2019-21 there is the slight improvement of around 3%. If you talk about, now another is the child wasted. What do you mean by the child wasted? Means low weight for height. Means if there are the certain height but still there is a low weight according to the height. So this is what do you mean by the child wasted. So remember that. If you talk about in 2015-16, then 21% child wasted children, and now there is a slight improvement of 1.7%, 19.3%. If you talk about the severely wasted, means the situation is more grievous. Then if you talk about, here is the increment, so there is a decline in severely wasted children. So in 2015 this data, and then in 2019 7.7%. So now another important is the underweight. What do you mean by the underweight? Means the low weight for age. Means there are the certain age, but according to that there is a low weight. So remember that. If the 2015-16, if you talk about 3.5%, and in 2019-18, then there is a slight improvement of 32.1%. Another most important is the children 6 to 23 months. Remember that children 6 to 23 months. If you talk about, either they are getting the adequate diet which is need for the sustainable development of child. If you talk about in 2015-16, then 99.6%, and in 2019-21 there is a slight improvement around the 11.3%. So there is around the 2% improvement if you talk about. So this is the two most important issue came out of this National Family Health Survey. So if you talk about this summary of this National Family Health Survey 5, you can say, then remember that there is a demographic shift. What do you mean by the demographic shift? So now there is a more women than men. Obviously there are around the 5 state and union territories are still there which has not in this criteria, but in 23 states and union territory there is a improvement, means more women than men. And if you talk about the highest sex ratio is in Kerala, around the 1121 women as compared to men. So this is clearly showing a demographic shift, and this is the first time in any census or if you talk about this survey. So this is very important. As I have told you, the most pressing issue came out of this is the at least three. You can say the first is the anemia, and second is the child nutrition, and if you talk about the underweight. So this is very important. If you talk about the combining the phase 1 and phase 2 of National Family Health Survey, then Bihar is the high fertility rate. And if you talk about the phase 2 National 5 Health Survey, then total fertility rate has been declined from 2.2 to 2. So remember that this is very important data. If you talk about the National Family Health Survey, then International Institute for Policy Sciences is the nodal agency which is responsible for coordination while surveying the National Family Health Survey. So this is all about. Thank you guys.